I see a lot of producers frustrated because they're not selling beats. What I don't see are scammers frustrated because they're not making any money. You know why? Because scammers are making a ton of money off of us producers. Please subscribe. I'm inching towards 100,000 subscribers. I swear YouTube is limiting my content. I don't know why. It's because I'm exposing the Illuminati in all of my videos or something. I don't know. But I appreciate you for subscribing, commenting, liking the video, anything you can do. So we're at an interesting time in the producer community. Whereas when I first got into the game, we were concerned, with making the best beats and releasing music, battling, that kind of thing. Now, a major concern for producers, even brand new producers, is making sales. And I love that producers now have this middle class that wasn't there 20 years ago. 20 years ago, could a no-name producer from a foreign country like Vietnam, for example, make a living selling hip-hop beats? Nah, now they can. So there's this new producer middle class, and it's been around for a while, but now it's really well established thanks to communities and sites like BeatStars. But with that comes the expectation of sales. Now the focus is on selling beats, selling licenses. And producers are just, let's be honest, producers are thirsty for sales. I remember my first beat sale ever. I was a teenager and I sold a beat for $20. And I still remember the title of the beat. Some guys came over, they were older than me. They came, listened to the beat, handed me a $20 bill. I felt wrong selling the beat. I felt really wrong. And maybe subconsciously I didn't feel ready to be a career producer. The truth is I wasn't, not at that point. And once I became a career producer, I was ready and I had a lot to learn, but mentally I was prepared to go through that process and learn what I needed to learn to survive in the game. But my biggest concern at that time was just making better beats. I talk about it in my last video about how I forced myself to finish beats. I was focusing on the process, not necessarily the end result, which was selling beats. And these days I'm seeing a level of desperation in the producer community that I haven't seen in the past, and it is concerning. Producers are fixated on making their first sale. Producers are fixated on making their first $1,000. Producers are fixated on getting earning a six-figure income, and it distracts you from the process, honestly. Whether that process is making better beats, whether that process is learning better marketing techniques, or both. And I personally think potential customers can sense that desperation in a producer. And maybe this sounds harsh, but that desperation is the reason why these scammers exist. Because if you're desperate for sales and sales are your only goal, you're willing to pay somebody who claims they can help you get sales, right? You're willing to compromise, maybe you're willing to compromise your integrity to get those sales. Maybe that means pretending to be a 20-something-year-old female on Instagram and reach out to random rappers saying, hey, my CEO, DJ Pain 1, really is feeling your music. You need to DM him ASAP, and then turn around and try to sell them beats right away and just treat them like numbers. And I still, to this day, I don't understand why so many people were cool with that. I mean, there are so many people who are, there are so many critics who are vocal about, ClickFunnels, for example. Oh my God, this is terrible. 5 free beats. Oh, this is terrible. People were selling actual PDF guides for $50 that teach you how to create fake female profiles on Instagram. What in the I swear I didn't hear a peep. I swear, I made a video about it. I had a bunch of producers who were doing it, threatened me, all types of craziness. Honestly, I felt like I was the only one doing it. So whatever, I digress. I think another symptom of desperation is that you might think the people around you who are doing better are cheating their way to their success. And you see that all the time. This person got, Cash Money AP got in at the right time. This person buys views. Maybe you start resenting them because you think they have more money than you, and because they're not helping you make money, they're not helping you be successful, they're not reaching out to you to guide you through the process of making money for yourself. There are plenty of people who are out there helping you, whether it's Adam Ivy, whether it's Curtis King, whether it's DJ Pain 1. We're not gonna sit there and spend 6 hours a day showing an individual how to make money. We're just gonna give you the information that has worked for us, and then it's kind of on you to figure that out. And in reality, if you are a producer who's desperate for sales, you might have these needs that you're not even addressing. For example, you might just need more time. Maybe you need to love music more and develop your sound a little more so you can stand out, carve your niche, create something that 2,000 other people aren't offering. Maybe you just need to get better at it. Maybe your mixes aren't great. Maybe your marketing pitches aren't great. You might need to be present longer. For people to start becoming your customers, they need to trust your brand to an extent. And if you're just brand new and you haven't been around for long enough, how are people going to trust you enough to give you their hard-earned money for beats? And let me say, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being new. There's nothing wrong with being undeveloped. There's nothing wrong with being ignorant temporarily if you just need to be educated and need the information and need to take time to let that process of learning play out. So I'm going to tell you straightforwardly, making money is not the essence of you as a producer. It's not. And a lot of us get so fed up with not making money that we start blaming the music business. We even start resenting the music business. And I personally believe that that's one of the reasons scammers are even starting. People get so fed up and they start thinking that that the music business has something against them. So in an attempt to get revenge on the music business, they toss their morals aside and say, you know what? I'm gonna make money however I can. And I know that I can lie my way into some equally desperate producer's pocket. That goes back to what I was saying earlier. Not only does desperation lead to getting scammed, but it also leads to producers becoming scammers, I believe, because they're focusing on scamming their own community to make money rather than focusing on improving, because they're fed up with that process. They're impatient. They feel like they should have already made money. They feel like they already should have reached certain levels that they haven't reached. And I truly believe that some of the first producers who were running scams on Instagram, especially, like the whole, hey, my boss, whoever it was, there were a couple producers at the forefront of that whole fake female profile, hey, my boss thinks you're great, DM him ASAP. And then there was the second wave of that, which was the producers who would sell the guides teaching other producers how to scam and create fake female profiles to sell the same guide that they just sold you. I don't doubt that those guys made a killing. I mean, even if they sold 2 guides a day, every single day for a year, that's a middle class income. And of course, that's more appealing than going through the whole process of making better beats or making more unique beats or marketing and remarketing and retargeting and learning Facebook ads and building customer trust and building your brand up and building integrity and working hard at it and being consistent, waking up every single day doing that, or at least it seems harder than doing that. But here's the thing about that. These scams won't last because eventually, you've sold these fake ass guides to everybody that's gonna buy them, or people just start spreading the word that they're trash, or people just start leaking them because they are trash. And I think I've seen people leaking them on Reddit or something just to expose them for the scam that they are. Now you're seeing a lot of new scams come up, producers who claim to have placements, whether they have placements or not, offering fake collab services. Yeah, they'll make a killing now, but that won't last either for the same reasons. The fake placement scams, send me $200 to get a placement. Oh yeah, the placement's locked in, I just need another 400 and you're good to go. That's not gonna last either. There is a sucker born every minute. These scams, you can't run the same scam forever. You gotta switch it up at some point. And that takes a lot of effort. That takes a lot of time and energy, and you really have to learn what the needs of the market are in order to do that. Imagine if you spent that amount of time and energy just making better music. I mean, truth, these scammers are making money. Some of them are making a killing right now. But a legitimate producer with a solid list of placements will make more in the end. Why? Because scams don't generate royalties. Scammers don't get referrals. The people who successfully build, even without placements, beat stores and a base of clients can continue selling those beats, and it almost becomes a passive income situation, whereas a scam takes a whole lot of energy. You have to manipulate people. You have to convince them to pay. You have to run around and duck and dodge and all this other stuff. And lastly, the people making money doing what they love, making music, instead of going on Instagram and scamming, don't get burned out, because making music and slowly becoming a career producer is one of the greatest feelings on the planet. So, and I hear people from behind their computer screen saying you just got to respect the hustle, respect the hustle. If a telemarketer scammer steals your mom's identity and she loses her house as a result of that. Do you respect that hustle? I don't have to respect any of that. I consider everyone in the producer community my friend until they do something to show me otherwise. So to see all of these producers getting scammed, you know, I feel that and I want to see it stop. I don't want to see more producers getting scammed for their hard-earned money. I'm going to end by saying this. We all have choices. There's a lot of white noise, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of desperation, but what it ultimately comes down to is choosing to become scammers, choosing to become victims of scammers, or choosing not to be desperate enough to compromise our intelligence, our common sense, and our morals. But it's your choice. Appreciate you watching. I want to end with some cool footage from a recent Beat Club session where me and Memory are working on custom guitar tracks for all of our members. I've turned Beat Club into a very collaborative experience, so I'm making beats with you. I'm bringing in my friends to make beats with you. We're starting a YouTube channel. We're collaborating. We're sharing revenue. That's musicentrepreneurclub.com if you want to join. Use the code DJPayne1 to join for free. Much success to you. Peace. Everyone says hi. There are only 2 people in right now because we're 10 minutes early, so only the overachievers are here right now.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
So Boop, I got your guitar is recorded, but we might want to go back to a different idea if we have time at the end for you. But either way, you'll get the guitar and then. So let me switch over to Angel's idea. I mean, some people did send ideas, so it might just be a thing where if that's easier, then that's easier for tonight. So I might just throw drums in that are neo soul, just because. I'll just throw in a Dream Life loop because he has good neo soul loops. There we go. And this is 90, so makes life easy. She wants A minor.
Sorry about the sound. I got a L2 too.
You're saying to resolve it, you want to add that?
Yeah, I want to. Maybe you can find the right chord because I'm not really sure. Maybe
Yep, try F sharp.
Ironically, this is in A minor. I just had that thing with beat that was in A minor.
Oh, yeah. Well, Angel forgave you.